So to get started, we're going to need to download a few things. The first thing we need is Visual Studio Code. This is where we're going to do our C++ programming, compiling, and running our projects. So go to this site. The link will be in the resources for this video. And if you're on a Windows machine, you're going to click on the Windows download option. Now, if you're on a Mac, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. There'll be an installation video for you. For Windows, click Download, and the download should begin. Give it a few minutes to download, and once the download is complete, you can click this up arrow and click Show in Folder, and you'll have this .exe file in your Downloads folder. Now, you're going to run this to install VS Code. You can do this by double-clicking or right-clicking and selecting Open, or you could even just click down here in the pop-up that shows up. All of these do the same thing. So I'm going to right-click and click Open, and I get a pop-up window for installing VS Code. So after reading the license terms and clicking I accept the agreement, click Next. It's showing you where it's going to install VS Code. Click Next. Here it's showing you where the program's shortcuts will be. Click Next. And if you want, you can check Create Desktop icon if you want one of those. Now you can also check these two checkboxes, which add an Open with Code action when you right-click a file or a directory. Go ahead and check those and click Next. Now it's sort of summarizing all of the options you've chosen. Click Install. Now once it's complete, make sure you have this checked, Launch Visual Studio Code. This will actually launch VS Code for us. Click Finish. And now it's launched VS Code. Now it's showing me recent projects that I've had open. You're probably not going to see anything here if this is your first time working with VS Code. So now we have VS Code. But in order to program in C++, we need to add the C++ extension. Go to this bar on the left, and the very bottom icon will say Extensions if you hover over it. Click on that. Now it's showing all of the extensions you can install for VS Code. In the search bar, type C/C++. Now the first one that pops up has a blue star here. Click on that. This is a C++ extension made by Microsoft. We're going to install this one by clicking Install. Once it's installed, the buttons will change to give you options to disable or uninstall. So now we have the C++ extension. You can close the sidebar by clicking on this same extensions icon, and now it's gone. And you can also close this page by clicking the X here. Now the next step is to download Raylib. Again, the link will be in the resources for this lecture. So here at raylib.com, on the front page, there's a big Download Now button. Go ahead and click that, and you'll be presented with the option to donate. Now you don't have to donate. You can just click on No Thanks, Take Me to the Downloads. Once you've clicked on that, we need to download Raylib using this second option here that says with MinGW Compiler. We'll get into what compilers are in a future video. Now it's okay if this number here is different as the versions update from time to time. So if it says 3.8 or a later version, that's fine. You're still just going to click Download. So once the download has completed, you'll see a pop-up at the bottom left of this little window showing you that you now have a .exe. This should be in your Downloads folder. You can click the little arrow and select Show in Folder if you want to see it there in the Downloads folder. But you can run this .exe just like we ran the VS Code.exe, so I'm going to right-click and select Open. Now Windows may warn you because it doesn't recognize this file, but if you click More Info, you'll see a Run Anyway option. Raylib is safe to download, so go ahead and click Run Anyway. Now you may get a pop-up window asking if you want to allow this software to make changes to your device. You're going to click Next, and now you'll get the Raylib Setup Wizard. From here, notice that it says, Note that installation will create a completely portable folder C/Raylib. This means it's going to put all of Raylib into a folder on C called Raylib. Now you can move this folder around, but we're just going to keep it right there on C. Go ahead and click Next, and it's showing you everything that will be installed. This includes Raylib code examples and game templates, as well as pre-configured projects. Go ahead and leave it all checked and click Next. Now here it's showing us a summary of everything it's about to install. Go ahead and click Install. Now once it's completed, click Finish. Now we can see Raylib if we go to our C drive. You can see a new Raylib folder here in my C drive. So now we have Raylib. I'll go ahead and close out of this, and we don't need this window anymore. So now that we have Raylib and VS Code, the next step is to go to the GitLab page for this course. The link will be in the resources for this lecture. Now, once you've come to this page, there's no need to sign in or register. You don't have to have a GitLab account. You simply need to download the VS Code template. So click on VS Code template. This contains some files that you'll need in order to run your C++ programs that you'll be making. Now, in order to download this, you can click on this download icon and select zip. You'll now have a new file downloaded, and if you click the up arrow and select show in folder, you'll see this new .zip in your downloads folder. We're going to need to extract this zip file, so right-click and select extract all. Now you're presented with this pop-up, which is showing you where it's going to extract this folder. By default, it's showing me that it wants to put this in the downloads folder in a folder called VS Code Template Master. Go ahead and click extract. Now Windows automatically opens up this folder that it put here in the downloads folder called VS Code Template Master. And inside that folder is another folder called VS Code Template Master. The reason for this is because when extracting the file, it automatically created a new folder with that name as it showed me in that pop-up window. So just to avoid confusion, I'm going to close out of this window, and here in the Downloads folder, I'm going to double-click VS Code Template Master, and you'll see this other VS Code Template Master. This inner folder here contains the project. If I double-click it, I'll see all those files that we just got from the GitLab project. So now we have this project. Click the up arrow to go one level out, and here's the inner VS Code Template Master. Now I can place this on my computer anywhere I like. Now you can choose the C drive or the D drive or anywhere else you like. I'm choosing my D drive, and in here I'm going to right-click and make a new folder and call this Game Dev. Now here in my Game Dev folder, I'm going to drag in VS Code Template Master. Now again, this was the inner VS Code Template Master. If I go up one level, I'll see the original VS Code Template Master. By taking the inner version, I don't have two nested files with the same name anymore. So now that I've moved it over into my Game Dev folder, I have this VS Code Template Master folder. I'm going to double-click to open it here. Now again, it doesn't matter where you put this on your computer, unlike Raylib, which should be in your C drive. Now I'm going to go ahead and close out of the Downloads folder and minimize my browser. Now here in the VS Code Template Master project, we have this main.code workspace here. If we right-click on this, you'll see this Open with Code option. Remember, when we were installing VS Code, we checked that checkbox to add the Open With option. If you didn't check that checkbox, it's okay. You can open this from within Visual Studio Code. And to do that, in Visual Studio Code, you go to File, Open Workspace. And then you simply find that main.code workspace file. Mine would be in Drive D, Game Dev, VS Code Template Master, main.code workspace. I would select that and click Open. Now all of these steps can be skipped if you take the main.code workspace here, right-click, and click Open with Code. Now since I used that shortcut method, I now have two instances of code running. So I'm going to go back to the original one and close it out. So now I have my workspace open. In VS Code, a workspace is the designated folder that you're working in. It tells VS Code, I'm working in this particular project. Notice in the Explorer, it's listing all of the files that exist in the VS Code Template Master folder. If I click the side arrow, I see that there are some files in the .vs code folder. These help VS Code to know how to run your project. So now we have VS Code and Raylib installed, and we've downloaded our project files that we need to create our first program. We also saw that VS Code can open a workspace, which is this main.code workspace file, which tells VS Code which project we're currently working in. We'll create our very first C++ program in the next video. I'll see you soon.